everyone, this is Anthony St. Clair. I'm the author of the Rucksack Universe series, and I'm also a professional writer. I wanted to take some time today. It's a big milestone for me. I've now been in business for over 5 years. So today I wanted to present 5 lessons learned from 5 years as a full-time writer and author entrepreneur. So 5 years ago in June 2011, I gave up my job as a website editor at a national sales company to become a full-time professional writer and author entrepreneur. This is the part where I should pop out the old chestnut that most small businesses in the U.S. fail within the first 5 years. But I'm still here. I'm a full-time, self-employed author and professional writer. I write and publish both my own books as well as articles for a range of print and online publications. I also structure my business and schedule so that I don't work all the time, but am actively involved every day with my wife and our 2 small children. I work on our house. I cook, quite a lot actually. I'm present in life, family, and work. And 5 years on, I'm still going strong and wake up each morning excited for a new day. I know that you may be pondering your own journey. Maybe there's one you're on, maybe there's one you're yearning to start. So I wanted to take a little time today to talk about 5 lessons my journey has taught me so far. 1, get started, don't quit. 2, big projects are actually lots of little projects added up. 3, there is no muse, there is only process. 4, understand your options, make confident decisions, and follow through. 5, fear shows you crossroads, but love should pick the path. So the rest of this will take some time to just unpack each one of these. So here we go. 1, get started, don't quit. When I started my old job in 2004, I was thinking that I could have the best of both worlds. A steady, decent income, and time on the side to write. You know what I didn't do for 7 years? I didn't write on the side. I put other things ahead of my writing. Writing kept being something I wanted to do instead of something I was doing. Finally, my wife and I realized that I needed to put up or shut up. I either had to write and publish stories, or I had to let it go and move on. I chose to commit. Once I got started, I made one other important choice. I wouldn't quit. I would keep making small steps and big steps, small decisions and big decisions that kept moving me along where I wanted to go. The key to a journey is not only to start, but to keep going. There are difficulties, setbacks, and challenges, but if you keep at it, you will find little successes that keep adding up to bigger wins and better opportunities. For me, I needed to take the big leap. I chose to go full-time, but that's not required. The important part is the commitment. Maybe it means writing a little every day, or finally sending in that manuscript, or refining your process. More on that in a bit. No matter what, it's time to make a promise to your craft and stick to it. 2, big projects are actually lots of little projects added up. Whether it's a 1,000-word article or a 100,000-word novel, a project can seem like a giant, impassable, impenetrable monolith. You stare at the bloody thing, but there's no way through it, no way up it, and no way around it. Until you look closely. All writing projects are the sum of lots of little projects added up to the complete whole. Just as the human body is actually a mass of trillions of cells working together, any writing project is letters and ideas, words and paragraphs that add up to something bigger than their component parts, but which could not exist without those smaller parts working in concert. All my writing projects get broken down into smaller steps. For an article, that's usually first the research, second the interview, third outlining the piece, fourth writing a rough draft, and fifth revising the final draft and filing the story with my editor. A novel is on a different scale. but the same principle holds true. Break down the novel into different, smaller parts, preferably tied to some sense of word count, to give you some sort of concrete number to aim for. If you say you are going to sit down and write a book, you will wind up putting your head through the desk. But if you sit down with the goal of writing a book with 50 scenes of 1,500 to 2,500 words per scene, which coincidentally adds up to a 75,000 to 125,000 word rough draft, not chump change by any means, that's something that's doable. You can wrap your head around that. At least, with 4 books published over the last 5 years, that's working out pretty well for me so far. 3. There is no muse. There is only process. Anyone who asks me about writing doesn't hear about the muse. They don't hear about flashy spells of inspiration where I write furiously for days on end, followed by dry spells where I write nothing because, man, the muse isn't just there, man, it's not there. Dude, I'm a parent. I'm running a business. The muse doesn't change diapers, wash dishes, sit down at the keyboard, or meet deadlines. I do. Muses are mooches. They don't earn their keep. I don't write for a weekend and then do nothing for 6 months. I write at least 1,000 words a day, 6 days a week. Editors like working with me, not because I meet deadlines, but because I often file before deadlines. So when people ask me about writing, they hear about process. Process is key to writing, and process is key to working toward and realizing your writing goals. Process is how you get it done. You'll note that I have yet to mention my super secret, one-size-fits-all magic pill silver bullet that cracks the code on all your writing dreams. That's because there isn't one. If you want to believe there is, no offense, burn your notebooks and go do something else. You won't be a writer. You'll just be chasing crap that you've confused for gold. That search will have no end, because you're seeking something that doesn't exist. There is no muse. There is only process. Every successful writer, trad or indie published, has worked out a process that works for them. So has anyone who completes projects in any field, from the arts to sales, manufacturing to real estate. No process? No success. No process? No success. You'll also note that I'm not telling you my process. That's because it won't work for you, just like your process won't work for me. No one's process is a template that you can just plug into your brain. Here's the only thing that works. You have to figure it out for yourself. How do you learn your process? By good old trial and error. You can research, read articles, take courses, talk to people. Yes, those are all good things that will inform your process. But ultimately, you must apply that learning to your own writing. And you can't let learning become an excuse that stops you writing. You will never know enough. You will only know enough to get you started. And if you want to finish, first you have to start where you are. But here's the thing. You're not taming tigers. Nothing is going to eat you because you wrote a crappy story. If you write that crappy story, though, and figure out why it was crappy, then you can learn from it and do a better job on the next one. The more you work at it, the more you will refine your process. It took my first 2 books to teach me my process. 4 books in, I now have a solid idea of what works for me to get my writing done, and to have a story that damn well sings on the page. But as I start outlining my 5th book, I will still be refining my process. I will be refining my process on my 50th book, too. Start figuring out your process, and it will be like a treasure map to your goals. Follow your process, and you will get to where you want to go. You don't need a muse. You just need your process. But hey, if it helps, call process a muse. Process won't care, and you'll get more done. 4. Understand your options, make confident decisions, and follow through. This is the hardest thing to do. Except for number 5, but we'll get to that. Anyone who wants to make a big life change often hits what Stephen Pressfield calls resistance, with a capital R. This is not the resistance of the kick-ass song by the band Muse. It's not a group of revolutionaries. Resistance with a capital R is the scared part of you that wants to preserve your current state of being at all costs, out of terrified concern that any change will destroy you. Resistance, though, can be repurposed. That fear can become the energy that drives you. The key to making it as a writer, or pretty much anything, is very simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. Understand your options. Make confident decisions. Follow through. Understanding your options means educating yourself. For example, do you want to publish through a traditional publisher, or do you set up your own publishing operation? Each option has positives and negatives. One option may be perfect for one project, but not the next. Learn about the options and how they apply to your situation, your dreams, your project. Know what you're getting into, what the pitfalls are, what you give and gain. Then decide. Indecision is the enemy of completion. Anyone who does anything has to make choices. Those choices will likely be flawed. You likely will be plagued by doubt. You still must choose. And you must follow through. Following through means sticking to what you chose, but it also means learning. If you made a mistake, following through also means changing course, making amends, or using the mistake to springboard to a better decision. My son is sometimes terrified of making mistakes. He's a lot like me in that regard. And I tell him the same thing I keep telling myself. Mistakes are opportunities to learn. But in order to learn, we first must choose. Do. And keep at it. Understand your options. Make confident decisions. Follow through. Okay, number 5, our last one. Number 5, fear shows you crossroads, but love should pick the path. We all know what it is to be afraid. I've been afraid many times, and I'll be afraid many times more. And I'll tell you a secret. I'm not afraid right now. I am terrified. Whenever I have felt trapped, or when I have felt overwhelmed, when I have felt like I can't make a decision, it has always been because I am at a crossroads. Fear usually shows me these crossroads. It's very good at sniffing them out. Over my 5 years so far as a full-time author and professional writer, I've been afraid lots of times. And like I said, I'm terrified right now. I'm working hard on improving my marketing, talking more, being more personal and open. I'm a very private, closed, quiet, prefer to listen instead of talk kind of person. Being more open online scares the hell out of me. But I'm doing it anyway. Because here's the thing. I have to. The next phase of my business's growth depends on my being willing to improve how I do outreach and awareness for me and my work. My fear of this has shown that I'm at a crossroads. I can keep being afraid, and I'll be gone, doing okay, but not really breaking out. Or I can work past the fear and skyrocket. So here's what I'm trying to do. Thank the fear for being there, for showing me this choice. Then I will tell it to step back, that I'm in charge and that we've got things to do. Because I love what I do, and because I can do better if I am more open and trusting, then my business will grow. I will write more stories, I will sell more books, I will get where I want to go. In every decision that has been worthwhile in my life so far, love has led the way. In every decision where I wish I'd made a better choice, fear did the choosing. So now, even though I'm terrified, even though I have screen fright, like some people have stage fright, I'm working through the fear and working on the fear. Yes, I'm at a crossroads. Fear showed me the choice, but love will do the choosing. I know my choice, so I'm committing, so I can keep going for another 5 years and beyond. These past 5 years have been an amazing ride. I've written dozens of articles, published 4 books, all while bringing 2 kids into the world. Thank you for being part of this journey. I can't do this without your support. You're part of the love that guides me. You're part of why I do this. I hope these lessons from my experience are helpful to whatever journey you're on or wanting to take. I can't wait to see where you are in 5 years. So let's get to it. That was the bulk of what I wanted to say. And if you'll just bear with me another moment, I just wanted to say more people are starting to ask me questions about writing, publishing, how to make big life changes, such as, like leaving your job in order to realize a dream. This post is one of many things I'll be doing more of. If you like it, don't like it, have a question or comment, want to request something you would like to hear about, please let me know. Leave your request or comment below. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter or other social media. To reach me, go to anthonystclair.com/contact and get in touch. I am so thankful that I get to write for a living. So thank you for sharing my articles, buying my books, and telling people about me and my work. I got the idea for this post from Joanna Penn, the super savvy author and marketing expert at thecreativepenn.com, and that's Penn with a double N. She also knows what it's like to leave her job to pursue a dream. Please go check out her writing, publishing, and marketing resources, including her blog and weekly podcast. Again, that's thecreativepenn, Penn with double N.com. Joanna has helped me get where I am today, and she has loads of info that can help you too. If you are interested in my books, you can find the Rucksack Universe at Amazon, Kobo, iBooks, Barnes & Noble, and anywhere else ebooks and books are sold, online or in store. You can also buy direct through my online store at anthonystclair.com. Buying direct brings more of the money back to me as an author. My store is also the only way you can directly buy autographed paperbacks. So thank you so much, and good luck. Here's to your journey. Live the world.